Apartment went up in flames this afternoon in North St. Louis. Thankfully, everyone made it out safely. Firefighters responded around 12:30 today on Goodfellow Boulevard, just outside of St. Louis County. We're told that the fire started in a kitchen. The smoke damage is so bad, the entire building is now uninhabitable.
Developing tonight, questions still linger around what caused a fire inside a vacant home in North St. Louis, but the flames revealed an even larger issue across our city. 5 on your side's Mercedes McKay sat down with the fire chief, and she has more.
Flashing lights and fire crews took over Peck Street in North St. Louis early Monday morning.
They showed up and they had heavy fire involvement in the rear of the building.
As smoke continued to rise in the vacant building, they called in for additional backup since the surrounding homes weren't empty.
Big problem we had is we had 2 occupied structures, one on each side, which were heavily also involved from the fire of the main fire building.
Thankfully, St. Louis Fire Chief Dennis Jenkerson says the buildings around it were only moderately damaged and there were no injuries. But as the temperatures drop, they're getting these calls more often.
We've had about 6, 7 of them in the last couple of weeks.
The fire chief tells me it took crews well into the morning to put this fire out. Now, even hours later, you can see around me that caution tape still lingered with pieces of glass and even pieces of the building still on the ground. While the main problem here is a continued work in progress.
People seeking shelter, trying to, maintain some type of heat or warming, and they look for the vacant buildings.
And St. Louis has thousands of empty properties. That's why, after losing one of their own, the St. Louis Fire Department created a database to keep firefighters safe while they continue to work with the city about the larger issue at hand.
Hopefully it will improve the ability of the city to maintain a very controlled database and also get people to look at this database and maybe buy these buildings and start a renovation on, which is what we're trying to push for, if you will.
As the days only get colder, Jenkerson believes this won't be the last flames they put out, which is why they need your help.
We need all the eyes of the neighborhood to help us make sure that we're able to keep the firefighters safe and also keep the people in the neighborhood safe.
In St. Louis, Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
And Chief Jenkerson wants to remind everyone to be especially careful this time of year inside your home. He's urging everyone to check your smoke detector, and you can always call the fire department if you need a new one installed.